All right, so if you've seen the article about Pete Hegseth basically saying that they're going to offer free testosterone treatments in the military, or if you're just curious on testosterone treatments and or steroids, we're going to be covering that in that video, and you've landed on the right video. Now, before we get into this, don't forget to shop at onlytacticalfans@shopify.com. That is the merchandise store that supports all of this. I'm permanently demonetized on YouTube, so your guys' support there really, truly does matter. I have plenty of medical gear, survival gear, even some range stuff. Go and check it out, because if you watch these videos, there's probably something there you want. So let's get into it. To the jumbotron of knowledge. Why the military is pushing testosterone treatments, or TRT. We're going to go over that, the pros, a couple of the cons. Now, there was a video done by Justin.
It would appear that the American military is about to be way more masculine than ever, at least in the hormonal department, because beards are still off the table. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth just released a video and policy stating that service members over the age of 30 will be getting mandatory yearly testosterone screens.
He does the negatives. They're logical. They're rock solid. He covers them in depth. If you want to know about the negative side of this thing, go check his video out. Because he only did the negatives, he didn't cover the positives. I'm going to cover the positives so you get kind of an idea of what's going on in the military machine and why they would even talk about something like this, or what would make them even consider doing some sort of free TRT treatment. Look, he makes valid points. He really, really does, and he does a great job. Again, that's why I'm not covering the negatives, because why do something he already nailed? I can't do that as well as he did. Now, he is missing the bigger picture, though, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about testosterone. We're going to go over that stuff, and we're not going to be fear-mongering. And I want you to understand, I am not a dietitian. I am not a doctor. I am not some sort of fitness coach. I'm not telling you what you should or should not do with your life. I'm breaking down the things through my point of view and what I have seen. All right, so who is Justin? That's him right here. Obviously, he's still in great shape, and he's 31 years old, and that is why his video is so negative. Because he hasn't hit the deep fall yet. When you hit that, things change, and they change rapidly. Plus, he's clearly going to the gym, because there's a gym in the background, and somebody at his age taking testosterone, you can't even keep up with them. They are just gone. They are getting jacked out of their mind, and you're grinding as hard as you can. You're doing the same workouts they are, but they're getting like 3 times bigger. So that's why somebody at his age specifically would not like testosterone and or steroids. So you need to keep that in mind. Now, when you hit ages like 40 and that, you start getting a different perspective. Because he's only 31, he hasn't developed that perspective yet. So what are we talking about here? You are going to start dropping testosterone levels about 1% per year at about 30 to 35. Typically at about 35. By 40, many men are so far below the curve, it is literally impossible for them to stay in shape. Like, see if I can back up far enough. This belly, even at this size, it's hard to keep it there at my age because my testosterone levels are dropping so rapidly. If I worked out as hard as I did right now in my 20s, I would be an absolute monster. But trying to put on muscle and trying to keep the body fat off gets almost impossible when you hit 40. And I work out 6 days a week for at least like a half an hour, sometimes an hour a day depending. And I'm not talking about sitting at the water cooler for an hour. I'm talking about like legitimately going for like an hour. I'm serious. Like my body weight squats, I usually do between 300 and 500. And yeah, my legs are growing, but not like they should. So that's something that you need to be looking at. The military also has stress, sleep loss, poor diet, all that stuff adds up, and it can even make people's testosterone levels drop prematurely. So, at a specific age, you are eventually going to have a testosterone drop, and you are going to run into old man problems. And that is a real issue. You are no longer going to be combat effective. So, first things first, we need to discuss the difference between like why you're seeing bodybuilders die and what's going on here, what's up, because looking at testosterone replacement, especially in his video, got lumped together with steroid use. They are on totally 2 different planes. Testosterone is used to counteract the estrogen and stuff used in stacks. So all right, what do we got here? When we're talking about testosterone, what you're talking about, now there's 2 different types of testosterone treatments. There's just bringing you up to a healthy level, replacing what your body's not doing, and then there's enhancements. So you got to look at those two differently. With the military, from what I understand, what they're trying to do is just bring somebody up to normal levels. Artificially supplement in the testosterone they're missing. That does not hurt your body. That's actually good for you. It can legitimately extend your life. Now going for enhancement testosterone, that's something different. Now there's a difference between testosterone and what we typically call steroids. So steroids like Tren, Anabar, D-bol, well, it'd be Trenbolone, not Tren. The point is, those are an actual steroid. Those are made for cows to get them super huge, specifically bulls. So when you ship them out, they have the most amount of mass on them. That is 100% different than testosterone. Now, these have estrogen and a whole bunch of other female hormones in it. So you take testosterone to counteract the effects of these. So that's why the bodybuilders take testosterone, and they won't take like normal amounts. Like, I'm just going to use some arbitrary numbers here because I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. Let's pretend at 22 years old you have 500 milligrams floating through your body. A bodybuilder will go like 2,500 milligrams. Like, that's the difference they're taking. That's why they're running into health risks. That's why they're dying off so young. They are pushing it to levels that are insane. Plus, they're not only taking testosterone at like 2,500 milligrams. Again, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. I'm just throwing that out there as an arbitrary number. We'll just say 5 or 6 times more than normal what a person would have. They're also taking human growth hormones. They're taking Trenbolone, D-bol, Anadrol, like all those stacking on top of it, going through their cycles to get super, super jacked. That is on a totally different landscape than just getting your testosterone up to normal levels. So that's what you need to understand. There is a huge difference between proper TRT replacement and roids. They are not the same thing at all. All right, so what have I seen personally? Because I went to prison, so I've seen plenty of people coming off testosterone and or steroids cold turkey. I'm pretty much just going to focus on coming off steroids cold turkey. So I've seen the guys come in heavily juiced out of their mind. They literally look like a bull, like just boom, 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 boom. Well over 200 pounds when really their body weight should be about 180 pounds. Just completely freaking jacked out of their mind. Now you can't get testosterone and or steroids in prison. That just doesn't happen. So now they're going cold turkey. Did they die? Were they physically addicted to the stuff? Absolutely not. And they had a significant advantage over us. We could not catch up with them. Even years later, I'm still doing the same workouts they are. And because they had such a head start because they took steroids on the street, I could never catch up with them. I can't do the reps that they could do. I can't do the amounts they could do. It just was not possible. I could not keep up with them because of the significant advantage that they had. The point is, let's pretend, all right, so the military is just talking about testosterone replacement. Let's pretend they actually went full super soldier and started shooting like real steroids into soldiers. Yes, you know what? Going cold turkey, they do drop down. So if dude came off the street at like 220, jacked out of his mind, he would drop down to 180, but he would stop looking like a bodybuilder and start looking like an MMA fighter. As long as he kept going in that, he didn't have side effects from going cold turkey. None at all. Like, yeah, I know they talk about all these side effects, but that's dudes going on the street and them stopping not just steroids, but also working out, like just completely cold turkey. And we're talking about going from like 340 down to 180. That's a huge difference from going like 220 to 180. Like I said, there is a difference in how steroids can be abused. So the point is, let's pretend the military went full super soldier. Yes, the dudes would have to come off of the steroids in a real combat situation, say World War III broke out. Or in your case, let's say the shit hits the fan and you're a civilian working out, but you would still have such a physical fitness advantage, it would be worth the trade-offs, in my opinion. Now, again, that's an opinion there. So, yes, I did see people come off the street. Now, that's one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is they came off of the street with some sort of sex case, which means they went to protective custody. They've sat months, if not years, in the shoe. They haven't worked out, period, because you get starved in there. Yeah, you know what? They either get really fat because they just eat whatever they want because they're so depressed that literally their life is completely ruined, or they lose a whole bunch of weight and they get super skinny and they got the flabby arms because they quit working out. Because for whatever reason, I won't get into it too much because that's not what this video is, but there are specific professions that lean into abuse cases, like priests and stuff like that, right? Personal trainers are one of them. So if your kid has a personal trainer, you should probably look into their phone and make sure things are legit and they're not being groomed. Keep that in mind. So anyways, if a personal trainer came in, yes, because of the conditions they were put into and how depressing prison was for them, they would have side effects from going cold turkey, but they didn't just go cold turkey on steroids. They also went cold turkey on working out. They went cold turkey on eating properly. They went cold turkey on sleep. They went cold turkey on everything. So that's what their bodies are shutting down. So keep that in mind. So in my opinion, the best way to look at steroids and or testosterone treatment is a little bit like drinking. So if you're a daily heavy abuse drinker, you're going to crash and burn. You're going to develop a dependency. It is going to destroy your life, your health, and everything around you. That's just the way it is. You cannot drink, especially getting hammered on a daily basis, and expect to function as a normal human being. This would be your heavy, like human growth hormones, trenbolone, all your steroids, your different stacks, doing your different cycles, plus massive amounts of testosterone. Yeah, you're going to have negative side effects. There's no getting around that. When you abuse your body and push things to that extreme, there's nothing getting around it. The next level is weekend binge drinking. Look, you're going to be addicted to it. It is. You're going to have problems from it. You're going to have health problems from it. You're probably going to get an OWI at some point, probably a bar fight. And it's the same way with taking steroids plus testosterone. So what we're talking about here is like doing like a couple of cycles, maybe once or twice a year, but generally speaking, you keep the stuff down, but you're still running a high test thing. You're still above what the normal person would produce for testosterone. Then you have your occasional responsible drinker. Maybe once a month they drink some alcohol. They're not trying to get trashed. Maybe they drink a beer with their steak. Usually when they do have that beer, they're at home. Realistically, you can continue this for the rest of your life and not have a problem. This would be just getting your testosterone up to what levels would be at like a 22-year-old. Proper, when I say proper TRT replacement, that is with testing and doing what's supposed to do. Yeah, that is viable long term. Blasting doses, you're going to have problems. There's no getting around it. You're going to have issues, you're going to have blood work, you're going to have to get a whole bunch of stuff done to be able to maintain that, and still, you're going to run into problems. Like when you see people like John Cena and The Rock, look, when they say they don't do juice, we all know that's bullshit, so we're just going to use them as an example. When you see people like John Cena and The Rock, even with millions of dollars behind them, making sure they do the stuff properly, they're still running into health problems. You hear about it on the back channel, stuff like that, or like, there's 100 people out there. Look, even with the best dietitians in the world, that is not maintainable, because that is the same thing as like going and getting smashed every single night after work. You cannot do that long term and not expect to have health problems. Yeah, you can already see The Rock cycle up and down. He'll get really small, then he'll get really large, and get really small and get really large. He's going to have to either give it up, or he's probably going to run into like a heart attack or something like that. Again, like Randy Savage or any of those guys. You can't do long-term blasting different high doses, going through these massive cycles, one after another, after another, after another. It's just not possible for your body to handle that. It's too much. So T levels. In the military, this is a huge issue. Just natural decline because of poor sleep, MREs, stress, all that stuff just piles up and your testosterone levels start to reduce. Would this be a logical fix to that? I think if it is deployed properly, I mean, yes, the military, or I should say the government as a whole, doesn't have a history of doing things properly, but if it was deployed properly, this could be a solution to that. Low T, you run reduced muscle, slower recovery, lower energy, lower motivation, higher risk for energy. There is a lot of downsides to have a low testosterone level. And you got mid-career NCOs, specialists, stuff like that. That knowledge costed a whole bunch of money to attain, like millions and millions of dollars, and now they're pretty much done at like 30 or 40. With TRT replacements, you could extend their combat effectiveness by years. Give them the choice like, hey, we're not going to forcefully retire you, but at this age, if you want to stay in the military, probably 35, you need to start doing mandatory screening and blood work to make sure your testosterone levels are up to par. This way your body doesn't take a shit. All right, so I get why they're doing this because of low recruitment numbers, how much it costs to train people. TRT long-term would actually be cheaper than just cycling out new recruits and having to train them. If I could hang on to a soldier, I don't know what the forced retirement age is or when you're no longer considered combat effective, but if I could extend that even by like 5 years or 10 years, not forcing them to extend that, but giving them the option like, hey, you need to retire today or you need to start doing blood work and we can extend this on and give you those pay bonus, stuff like that. You could take your average war fighter, keep them combat effective longer, even a couple of years. Now the testosterone treatment in that is paid for itself. When you're looking at that type of scale, it's way cheaper to keep somebody in there that already has the knowledge, is already a badass, than having somebody coming out of high school at 18 years old, getting them up to that level. Then once he hits his peak performance, well, now his testosterone drops off. He can't stay in shape anymore. He's getting his beer belly. He just can't perform. You got to kick him out. So long term, this would save them a whole bunch of money if they could continue to keep troops in there longer. Now, cost effectiveness, that's a real thing here. Could this be a realistic solution? I mean, we'd have to see it play out and see how it goes. I can quarterback and guess all I want, but until we actually see it in practice, we're not going to know. Benefits of optimization of testosterone: you're going to have increased muscle mass. You're going to be stronger. You're going to recover faster from training, from stress. You're going to have a higher energy. You're going to have a higher drive just as a whole. You're going to be more mentally resilient. You're going to have a bigger libido. Like you're 22 again. You're going to act like a man. Now, that's going to come with mood and confidence, all that stuff, improved body makeup. You're just going to be better. Now, there's a cost. Nothing's for free. Yes, staying on your TRT, pushing harder, working out, you know what? That does have potential joint wear. Your body wants to slow down. There's a reason our testosterone drops down. It's to slow us down so we can live just a little bit longer. But in today's world with the crappy food in that, there's a huge trade-off. Yeah, long term, I could have joint problems and wear and stuff like that, but the cost-benefit ratio leans, in my opinion, way more favorably to testosterone. Because look, if I get fat and sloppy and out of shape, I'm not going to be doing anything anyway. I can maintain being able to be active, doing things, having a good looking body to like 55 or 60 if I want with testosterone replacement. Again, my joints are going to take a shit. You're going to burn them out because you just can't work out and keep pushing at that level and not expect some sort of payoff. But you know what? Honestly, if I didn't go to a prison in that, I wouldn't be doing much anything anyways because I'd be fat and out of shape. The prison, like the shock workout, that did give me an advantage and get me back into shape a little bit, but it's just not maintainable. Because of your testosterone dropping so fast, what's going to happen is you're going to get fat, you're going to struggle with things, and you're going to be out of shape, and you could die from health problems. Keeping your testosterone higher, you're not going to binge eat, you're going to stay better in shape. Again, you're going to burn out no matter what. The question is, do you want to burn out as a fat, sloppy jalopy, or do you want to burn out as somebody that still enjoyed their life for the maximum amount of time? They're still in relatively decent shape, it's just they have joint problems now. So anyways, that is what I'm going to call the balance to his video. He went over all the cons, I went over all the potential pros. Yeah, I touched on a couple of cons at the end, but generally speaking, I kept the video positive. Putting those two videos together, you can make a realistic choice on if you think this is a positive or a negative, and if you want to do it for civilian readiness. Again, that's all up to you. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching my videos. If you'd like to help support the channel, only tactical fans at Shopify.com is the best way to do that. Now, if you want to support the channel but you don't want to spend any extra money, click on the Amazon affiliate link. Even if you don't buy what that link is for, just clicking on it. Do the Amazon shopping you were already going to do anyway. I get a little kickback for it because you came there off my channel. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.